Yeah. Hey, everybody. So here we are on a Tuesday night and looking to recap the Korean baseball from early this morning, look ahead to the games that are coming up in about 6.5 hours, and also going to take another stab at NASCAR, which has a race tomorrow on the something 500. The Toyota 500. Um, last time we took a stab at NASCAR, we were real close to getting in the money. If it hadn't been for one of our guys crashing out there, we might have actually done it. We've been on a streak with our Korean baseball picks, and We've finished the money 3 prior to today's contests. So now let's take a quick review of today's contests, see how we did, and then move on to the other picks. Alrighty. So, first of all, I had contemplated and thought I might go with 2 teams last night. I did go with 2 teams last night. Oh, there we go. And so the first one, they were 2 very similar teams. Um, Here's what we wound up with. You know, we wound up going with Cuevas as our primary pick. At pitcher, he did fine with almost 19.5 points. And then, we're struggling for that second pick. I wound up going with Buchanan, saving some money there. And man, did he bomb. Uh, cost negative 15 points. That's going to kill you every time. This guy has been up and down, hit and miss. He gave up multiple runs in his first outing, pitched a 7 inning shutout in the second one. Comes back here, gives up 10 earned runs, only 1 strikeout, along with 10 hits. Just a lineup killer right there. Rest of the lineup did pretty decent for us. Went with our KTW stack, our Wiz stack as we had discussed. Um, did pretty good. Threw the catcher in there. You wound up getting an RBI based on balls that hit and a run scored. Got 9 points. Kang has been coming through for us consistently. Um, Let me turn that down just a little bit. There we go. And so Kang's been coming through consistently. Last night or today, I guess, no real different there. 3 hits, a home run, a double, 3 RBIs, 30 points scored. That was great. 31% owned. So, you know, not he was the highest owned. Well, I guess second highest owned, but still pretty highly owned on the hitter side. So, still can't complain about that. Uh, Grabbed uh, the leadoff batter for the Heroes there. Um, yeah, super affordable at 2,500. And hey, you got 2 hits, 2 RBIs, scored 10 runs. Can't complain about that. Back over there on the Wiz stack, we had Huang batting 6th. You know, another good job. 20 points. Sim, the leadoff hitter for the Wiz, who I've really been liking this stack recently. So, like I said, part of it is ride it while you can. But yeah, 2,500, another 10 points. Threw Rojas in there again. $6,200. Scored 3 runs, only 13 points though. If you're spending 6,200 on somebody, you're hoping to get more than 13 points. Same thing with Tucker. You're spending 5,900. You're hoping to get more than 12 points, but you can't complain about 12 and 13 points. And then I just was, I think I had around 3,400 left, so I grabbed Son here for the Giants, and got 4 points out of him. This lineup would have worked out just fine if it wasn't for Buchanan. Now let's switch over to the other lineup that I ran, which fortunately did get me into the money. One back, my entry fee plus a little more. Here we go. Again, Cuevas, stuck with him. Went with with the 19.5 points. Kept my my Kang, Sim, Rojas stack. Went a little further there too. Went with threw in their number 3 hitter Joe for only 2,800. Jumped on the Wiz stack there. And Kim, their number 2 hitter. So threw him in there. Wound up being pretty good. Hitters here did good. Went with a double stack lineup on this one. The Wiz and then the Dinos on the other stack. Went with Yang, Park, Nah. Pretty much the heart of the Dinos order. And overall, pretty good. 3,000, 10 points. 4,500, 4 points. Not the best, but again, you're not gonna hit on everything. Yang 4,900, 11 points. All right. Saver here was taking limb. 6,900. Again, pretty highly owned. But when you compare these two lineups, not a huge difference between the performance overall on the batters. Primary difference here was just picking up a different pitcher, and that guy not. Okay, thanks. Okay, let me try this. Let me see if I can turn this up a little bit. Let me know if you hear that. Let me know if you hear any music in the background. I'm going to turn up your... I'm not sure if you're on a cell phone or a laptop or a computer, but... Okay. But let me know if you hear anything there in the background. But yeah, so overall... Overall, the performance between the two hitting lineups between these two rosters. Cool. Thank you, Kay. Very similar. Difference wound up being the other pitcher. So again, overall pretty happy with that. Got to play essentially for free. Like I said, I'm playing dollar tournaments only on that one. So this was one where I played the one roster, got missed out by what was it that I missed out by? The first roster I missed out on by 6 points. I missed out on 6 points by getting into the money. The second roster was enough to win me back $3. So I spent 2, 1, 3. I'm $1 up on that. And still get to play without having to worry about putting any more money in. And now I'm on a streak of 4 days in a row taking more money from Korean baseball than I put into it. So now let's jump over and go through the lineups coming up for tomorrow. Um, I think I'm gonna only do one lineup on this one. Since I'm gonna play a little bit of NASCAR as well. I might, if I get bored later, I might run a second lineup. I haven't looked at this at all yet today. So we'll see what presents itself first off in terms of uh, of opportunities. So let's see. All right, well, geez, okay, you got Coup here. Super expensive, over $1,000 more. And this is the guy. Yeah, he's with the Dinos. Okay, let's take a look here. 10,000. This guy's played 2 games. He's got 2 wins, 1 win. You can see why he's $10,000, man. This guy hasn't given up an earned run yet. He's pitched 14 innings, not given up a single run. Given up a total of 6 hits across 2 games, 14 innings. He's only walked 3 total and struck out 18. So this guy's just murdering people. Now he's got, what's he got? He's got the Dinos against the Bears. You know, now the Bears are a powerful lineup, man. The Bears are a powerful lineup. They are the second highest scoring team in the league. They're averaging a little over 7.17 runs per game. They just got passed up yesterday by the Wiz now, who are 7.42. So pretty close, but those 2 teams are pretty clearly first and second. The next team is, you drop down to the Twins in the low 6s, so almost a full point ahead. And then you got the Dinos that coming in just above 6, so exactly 1 point per game less than the Bears. So here you got a situation where this guy is just absolutely killing it. Looks on top of his game. He's on the road at the Bears. $10,000. That's you can't just knock him out. You gotta consider him. Another option here. Looking at this is Dan Straley. We took Dan Straley in one of our lineups. I think that started the streak of wins for us. And he's only at $7,000. That's a huge savings compared to Coup. Let's see. Is there a reason why he is only? Is there a reason why he's so low? 3 games started, 1 win, 1 loss, 17 innings pitched, so he's averaging a little over 6 an inning. 13 hits, 19 strikeouts, only 6 walks. That's pretty good. His last game wasn't awesome. It wasn't terrible, but only 4.1 innings pitched. Too many hits. Gave up too many hits in that game. And he's going against the Giants. Let's see where the Giants are coming in terms of runs scored. Giants are total 7-5. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's for the Giants. Yeah, he pitches for the Giants, right? And he's going against... He's going against the Kia Tigers. All right, the Tigers are 6-7. Giants are 7-5, so they're right back to back. Let's see. They've only scored. They scored under 5 runs per game. They did win their last game. The Giants are on a bit of a losing streak, losing 2 in a row. Man, that's a tough one to... It's tough to pass him up at only 7,000. I mean, he's the third cheapest guy on the board. Let's see who else we got here. Let's see. Let's see. This guy, Drew Gagnon, playing for the Tigers. He's given up a ton of runs. Started 2 games, lost them both. Only averaging 10.1 innings. Or not only pitching a total of 10.1 innings pitched. 12 hits against, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, 1 home run. Only 3 balls and 14 strike, based on balls and 14 strikeouts. That ain't bad. That's actually really good. I mean, to be scoring, an average of 14.1 points per game and only be 6,700, that's another one to pass. There's going to be some hitting decisions to make here, I think. Let's take a look at Chee Hyung Choi. Two innings, 2 games started, 2 wins, 5 and 6 innings each game. Had a 1-hitter in there, 4 earned runs, 12 strikeouts. I mean, if I'm gonna go low down here to Troy, I'll go down to Straley instead for sure. Flexen's up here. Let's take a look at him. Chris Flexen. 2 games pitched, both wins, 6 innings each, 13 hits. So he gives up a good number of hits. 5 earned runs, give up a home run. 12 strikeouts, only 2 base on balls. Now they're playing the Dinos. The Dinos are the best team in the league. I don't think they've lost for a while, right? Yeah, the Dinos have won 7 in a row. So they're definitely on a streak. They're 9-1 in their last 10. So picking someone to go against them is a very risky proposition, especially when it's $8,700. Yeah. So for me, I'm looking at spending up for Koo just because he's been so dominating, even though he's going against a powerful Bears lineup. It's a risk. You might get, who knows? You might get Koo. With that price and the team that he's playing, you might get him with a fairly low ownership. So I'm looking at Koo, Straley, and probably Gagnon there at the very bottom as a money saver. So to run this, let's see. We'll do what we always do. We'll pick one. The more I look at this, the more I'm thinking I'm probably going to do a second lineup. I'm probably going to go with Koo on one lineup, and then grab one of these guys, and then I might go with another lineup, grabbing both of these guys down at the bottom, um, and building around from there, because that should give you a pretty solid. If you went with Straley and Gagnon here, you're gonna have a pretty solid hitting rotation for the remaining 7 slots, 8 slots. Yeah, for the remaining 8 slots. If you go with Koo on one of these, what does that leave you with if you grab Koo and Staley? Still leaves you with 41.25 per player. That ain't bad at all. As an average for the rest of your players. Yeah, so I'll probably run it both ways. So for this one, let's just grab Straley for now. Start that as our start that with our pitcher. Let's take a look here now. All right, so again, looking at what we've been doing, we've been. Oh, I'll jump over to that. We've been loading up on the Wiz as we can. And then looking for other slots. Let's see here. So let's take a look at the overall lineups here. So we got the Wiz playing the Eagles. See who gives up the most. The Wyverns give up the most points in the league. The Lions give up a good bit of points. The Wiz have some high scoring games, man. They're the highest team. They're highest scoring. Oh no, I'm sorry. So the team that gives up the most is the Bears. Bears give up more points than anybody. Bears and the Wiz. Jeez, the Bears are the second highest scoring team in the league, and they give up more points than anybody. The Wiz are the highest scoring team in the league, and they give up the third most points in the league. So yeah, so your Bears and Wiz lineups are what's been killing it. Now, of course, the Bears this week are going up against what's his name there, Koo, who's just been murdering people. So, do you want to spend up for the Bears on a stack against Koo, who might just completely shut you down? You just don't know. I probably wind up staying away from the Bears on any kind of stack tonight, and instead lean a little more towards the Wiz, who have been scoring a lot. Maybe even a potential, focusing on a game here where the Wiz give up a lot of points. Who's pitching for the Wiz? Bay. Let's check him out. Bay's been a pretty decent pitcher for them. Only giving up 200 runs in 13. Yeah, looking at Jae Bay here. Uh, he's started 2 games, hasn't gotten the decision either one of them. He's given a fair number of hits, but only 2 earned runs, no home runs, 8 strikeouts. I mean, if the Wiz, it seems to me like the Wiz just haven't. Let's see. So he lost 7-3 and 1-0. He only gave up what? He only gave up 2 runs in his first loss. So the bullpen really came in there so Bay's not a bad. I mean, Bay could be a guy to actually consider at 6,900 with Wiz hitting the way they are now. They might get him some run support and get him a win in there. So I'm not as high on an Eagle stack as I was moments ago. Who else do we have here? We've got. Let's see. The Wyverns give up the second most points in the league going against the Heroes. Now the I could possibly see the Heroes. The Heroes are right in the middle of the pack in terms of runs scored. The Wyverns are not great in this playing at the Heroes. The Heroes have burned me before. The Heroes burned me before when I was stacking them a few times and they didn't quite come through for me the way I had hoped. We know the Dinos are at the Bears. Dinos are pretty decent in terms of runs scored. Twins are pretty decent in runs scored. Twins are playing the Eagles. No, I'm sorry, the Lions. Lions give a fair number of points. That's another one to look at. The Wiz and the Twins could be possible for some stacking. So let's take a look at this again now. If we were going to go with... Well, again, we're not going to go through the whole lineup here, so let's... Yeah, I'm getting a little fed up with the Rojas. And usually right around then is the time that a guy winds up breaking out because I get fed up with them and I set him down. And then he has the 30-point game. Let's see what the lineups are tonight. I think I'm probably going to stick with the Rojas one more time, even though he's pissing me off a little bit. So let's take a look here at the lineup for the Wiz and the lineup for the Giants and see who we might look at. So we'll look at the Wiz first just because that's where we've been going. So Bakul Kang is in the 4th slot now. Mel Ross is still batting 5th. They moved into the Yong Ho Jo. They moved into the 3rd slot last night. And he paid off for sure. And he's still only 2,800. So that's not bad. So if we're looking at a stack, I'm going to go with Rojas and Kang. And then I'm going to jump down. We still have the lead off. Yep. I'm going to jump down then. I'm going to save some money with our leadoff guy, Woo Jun Sim, who has definitely been working it for us. And then I most likely would go with Young Ho Jo. Right here, who's now batting in the third slot. You know, you do that, and you're going to be able to grab anybody you want to fill in the rest of your slots. You know, well, let's see. You go back over to the pitchers. You know, consider... you know, well, like I said, I was looking at doing a Straley and Gagnon. Now I'm kind of thinking about Bay just because, you know, his boys weren't giving him any run support, and now it looks like they are. So if we throw in if we throw in Bay, it still leaves us with 4,700. So you're going to be able to fill in the rest of this with most of the players that you're going to want. I mean, 4,700, you won't be able to get the big names, but if you did decide to go with twin stack, yeah, if you did go with the twin stack, yeah, you can see right here most of their players are 3,800 and down. Let's take a look at their actual batting order. So, yeah, so the batting order for the Twins there. Okay. Yeah, Hyun-Soo Kim, which is their big guy, he bats second. He's the number 2 hitter for them. And they get some production throughout their roster. But yeah, so he's 5,400. If you went with that guy, there's room for him right now in the outfit. If you went with him, yeah, you've got 4466. You could easily fill that out with a stack here, or grabbing 2 guys here to complete a stack, and then grab somebody else that's a high price guy, like possibly a Tucker or somebody along those lines. So yeah, so that's gonna be my overall picks for the Korean baseball coming up here. I'll finish those once we're done here, and we'll recap them tomorrow. So, but now let's just also take a quick jump over to NASCAR and see about the Toyota 500. Like I said, this is the second lineup I'll be doing in NASCAR since we started the stream. I was reading earlier that there's an interesting note about this Toyota 500. Let me see if I can find it again. Yeah. So the top 20 finishers from the last race at Darlington on Sunday, the top 20 finishers get inverted in this race as far as their starting order goes. So that means that Harvick, who won the race, is going to be starting in 20th. Yep. Yeah, so that's interesting. Now Harvick's obviously, like I mentioned in the last one, Harvick's been hot. He was hot before the break. Uh, yeah. Um, yeah. So looking at and then and then the other part was I was trying to figure out do you go with the two higher priced racers and then try to fill guys in? It would have worked last week or on Sunday if it hadn't been for the one crash. Um, I don't know how easy it is to you know just go with the one guy and then pick a bunch of guys in the middle. But if I go with Harvick again, who I like, um, uh, you know, from what I understand, I did not watch the entire race. I saw some highlights from it, but it sounds from when I read, he's got a heck of a pit crew, and he's got in and out of pit road consistently ahead of others. Um, so you've got a potential here, possibly. Am I on the right thing? Yeah. Okay. Uh, where maybe you got a guy that's he's starting out in 20th place. Maybe he can work his way up and stay hot and get a number of fastest laps or a good differential bonus at the end. Um, so you got him. Obviously, that knocks you down in terms of value on who can you pick right away. Um, One of the names again that I took last time that I like again here. Look at uh, Di Benedetto, 7,000. Uh, he did decent, I believe, right? He did pretty decent for us. Yeah, I finished 14th on Sunday. Um, and he seems to have a history, I believe, pretty decent history of racing here. So, can definitely look to him. You throw him in there, you save a bit of money. Um, and then the guy that's actually in the up on top there is Dylan here, Ty Dillon. He'll be. That's an unfortunate picture for Mr. Dillon. Um, but anyway, so he's on the outside pole. Um, this is a guy that's very affordable. I don't know about jumping. Let's say, I don't know about jump. I don't know about jumping all the way down here. This guy that 8-10. Ty Dillon at least has a top 10 finish. But if you throw him in there and just hope that maybe he can get into the lead off the bat and get a couple laps led and race from the front and stay in front and not get into any accidents, you throw him in there, and that's going to bring you back up to 8,500, which again lets you bounce back up a little bit into playing to some of these other guys. Other guys that I'd be looking at is Keselowski. That was another one of our picks from last Sunday who did good. Now Logano was a guy that we picked and we had hopes for, and did not finish how we had hoped. His price has come down a bit, but I probably would not go with him again. Kurt Busch did well for us, so he'd be another guy that I would consider, and I think he's got a fairly decent. Yeah, he finished third for us. So these are some guys that I would consider. I think that for me, Kevin Harvick would be my lock again. At least similar to what I do in some of the other sports where things are happening often. If somebody's hot, ride them till they're not. Um, yeah, right now Harvick's hot, so stay on him. Um, if you're looking for a different top pick, um, Kyle Busch is really good at this thing. Hamlin, my understanding is that Hamlin is yeah, he finished fifth on Sunday, and he's decent on this track. So if you're looking for somebody other than Harvick, I'd probably look at Hamlin. And I don't know if you consider Keselowski a top at 9,700 or not. He's definitely up there, but I don't know if he's would be the lock in the top in the number one spot. So yeah, so I'm saying my lock is Harvick. Consider Hamlin. Maybe consider Elliott. One of those three as your top spot guy. I wouldn't pay up all the way for Bush there. I think that's just gonna hurt you a bit overall for the rest of your lineup. And yeah, so right now I'm looking at Harvick as the top pick, two money savers, and then looking around here in the middle one, you know, other money or other middle pack guys that I would look at is Bauer. Bauer had let me see if I can get the piece on him again. Bauer. Yeah, Bauer ran middle of the pack. He's finishing in fourth. So you could probably, look at him pushing for a top 10, top 15, definitely top 20 finish. At 7,300, not bad to pick him up. And then a little higher price, Eric Jones, right? Yeah. Eric Jones was Eric Jones was yeah, Jones won 2019. He won the race in 2019 on this track. And I think, did he finish fourth last race? Is that who? Well, that's interesting. So he's had his crew chief suspended for tonight. And I've read that the pit road is going to be a fairly important aspect to this race. So that puts me off of Eric Jones a little bit as a mid-level pick. I'd probably stay away from him. Kenseth. Okay, this is all right. Yeah, I'd look at if you're not if you're gonna go elsewhere, look at Bauer. Look at Kurt. Oh, and look at Nemechek too. Yeah, Nemechek had a good performance on Sunday. I remember I took note of his name because it reminded me of Dave Damashek from the NFL there, and I actually considered taking him just based on his name, and it was affordable at that point, and I didn't. But yeah, so Nemechek, where did he finish? He finished yeah, he finished top 10. That's right. He was in the top 10 on Sunday. So he's definitely a potential money saving pick. So there you go. That's all of the picks for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be looking to hop online around 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'll recap uh, these these picks from tonight. Then I will recap. So I'll recap the Korean baseball. I'll recap the NASCAR. And then tomorrow we'll look ahead to the next day's Korean baseball. I think that after that, for Thursday and Friday, the only action we're gonna get is Korean baseball, and then let's see. Yeah, the next NASCAR race is gonna be on Sunday, so we'll take care of that Saturday night. We don't have anything coming up on MMA until June 6th. Golf. I'm not really interested in getting involved in this champions individual round stuff that's going on right now. But the tour comes back on June 11th. So we'll be looking for that. We'll keep doing the Korean baseball. And then if we get bored on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, since we'll only have Korean baseball, maybe we'll do a run through on one of those NFL free tournaments. Like I said, hop on, play them. They're free. DraftKings is doing it as a free thing right now, just to keep people involved. They're fun. They're actually broadcasting the simulations as the computer runs them on YouTube, so you can Google that and take a look at that. They're kind of fun. They're playing 8-minute quarters. Usually it takes about an hour to play through. If you're a total football geek and just starved for some something that resembles football, I've checked out a couple of them. They were fun to watch. But yeah, definitely get involved. No reason not to play them because they're free. And, I've been running through them every night. But it's just not interesting. I don't think that there's enough. It's more of just a pure math numbers game than anything. Just trying to anticipate what have the simulations been doing and what are they going to do. So that's it for tonight, all. Hope to see you tomorrow. Take care, and be safe out there. Bye-bye.